All right, guys, welcome to round 3 of season 8 here of the FTR Racing League, or also known as the Full Throttle Racing League. Today we will be racing on Bahrain, as you can see on the screen. We are a little bit we're having a delay, but that doesn't really matter because I can already speak about the track, of course. The first ever Grand Prix ever held was in 2004. Today we will be doing a full qualifying, which is going to be Q1, Q2, and Q3. And afterwards, we will do a 50% race, which will consist of 29 laps here around this track. The circuit is well known for its many overtaking opportunities and very close racing, especially in Sector 1 and Sector 2. You got a few overtaking spots also on the start finish straight where you will have DRS. The track is known for having 3 DRS sections, so that's great to see. As you can see on the screen, the green rectangles is where you are getting the DRS detection zone. And you're seeing 3, so that means we are having 3 DRS zones, as I said already. The total race distance will be 156 kilometers, as I just see that I forgot to put the km next to the race distance, but that doesn't really matter, does it? It's going to be a record for qualifying of a 127.2. I don't think it's very realistic to see that beaten today, because obviously it has been done with way faster cars than these guys will be driving in. I think it was in 2020 where Lewis Hamilton had the fastest lap in qualifying. And then the best lap record was done by Michael Schumacher, I think in 2004, if I remember well, and he had put in a 130.2. So yeah, that's a very fast lap. And we might be lucky to see that beaten today. I'm not quite sure. Depends on what tire the drivers are on. But I think it's doable. Most Grand Prix wins, since the track came out, is on the name of Lewis Hamilton. He had won 5. So yeah, the country, as I said already, it's going to be Bahrain, with a total of inhabitants of 1,837,012 people. So yeah, the best overtaking opportunities, as I said, in Sector 1, Sector 2, more specific, Turn 1, Turn 4, and Turn 8, which are marked on the screen. Yeah, a little bit more about this track. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this track, but it's quite a difficult track to drive around, because you got so many. Well, how do I say this? Especially in Sector 2, going into Sector 2, you can see a little swirly thing. I would call it I would call it a little bit like Maggots and Maggots. It's a little bit similar. Not too much though, because this one is quite dangerous with the curbs on the outside. And you have to the drive in is a little more quicker than Maggots and Maggots. And coming out of that zone, you are having a wall on the left side and the right side. And if you touch the curb in turn, turn 7, you can easily spin out and touch the wall on the left side, because that's a crash we usually see these days, and I'm sure we will see this happen in either the qualifying or the race today. And then we got turn 8, which is quite a difficult one too. You have to go very wide and take much speed into that corner to have a good exit. Now we're going into a difficult section. I would call it one of the most difficult sections in the game, turn 9 and turn 10, because I mean it's so unpredictable, that corner. Sometimes you have to brake very early to make the corner work, and sometimes you have to brake very late to make a dive bomb onto the inside. But yeah, especially if you have a good exit coming out of that corner, you will have a great speed on the main straight, which will have a DRS section. So if you're under attack from behind, you want to have the DRS. Well, you don't have the DRS obviously because you're first. But if you have the DRS with the guy behind you, he wants to overtake you very badly into that sector, and then you just have to have a good exit out of turn 10, and you will be good. Then going into turn sector 3, my apologies. First, we will talk a little bit about turn 11, one of the last corners in sector 2. Well, you can touch a lot of curb on the outside going into the corner, but then you won't have a great exit coming out of that corner. Well, a little bit. It's a little bit discussable. Depends on how you take that corner. Going into turn 12, you have the beginning of sector 3. Yeah, those are really time gainers where you can get a lot of time in the qualifying, but I don't think it's really possible to make a move into sector 3 during the race. And then we have the last few corners at the end of sector 3 going on to the main straight, and we won't see many overtakes there either. So yeah, the drivers just have to hope for a good exit coming out of that corner, and then they will be able to make a move on the main straight going into turn 1. Yeah, I'm curious about what everyone is going to do today. We saw a couple of good races last week, and also the week before. I think it was in Singapore, where there was a lot of carnage. But last week's race was absolutely amazing. It was on Japan, and it seems like we're going underway. I'm going to talk a little bit more about our sponsor of today, which will be Auto Magneto, and I'm going to show you the screen from as soon as I can see something on screen, as it doesn't seem like my TV is working at the moment. So I'll have to wait a couple of minutes, well, no, seconds before that's going to work. Yeah, I hope everyone is going to enjoy today. It's going to be a very big race for everyone because I'm going to have a quick look at the standings. As it seems like Matref and his teammate Phantom are leading the championship at the moment. Matref has 57 points and Phantom has 50 points. Then behind them is Grimjaw, who has 38 points. Then we've got Top Dog with 29 points, and to fill in P5 is Nadim. He has 25 points. So yeah, that's something to look out for. I'm gonna get the sponsor information up because, of course, as last week, we are sponsored again by Auto Magneto. Yeah, we're very grateful to have these guys on board. Let me give you a little bit more information about Auto Magneto. They are basically retailers and wholesalers of auto parts in the whole region of Africa. So if you're interested in a few auto parts, well, you definitely should check these guys out because, as you can see on the right side of the screen, they're having a lot of auto parts. There were like braking lights and all that stuff. It was very great, and yeah, we're very great to have these. Well, grateful to have these guys on board as we're going underway for Q1 right now, and it is sponsored by Auto Magneto, as you can see on the left top of your screen. Hey, let's have a look what this is going to be. Welcome, I'm Parch. I'm doing very good. How are you? Let's have a look. Track map, obviously very important. We've got Jean out already. We've got Phantom out. We've got Cyberiat. And it seems like we are 15 people in the lobby, so that's great to see, as it is gonna be very busy here today in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, what am I saying? Bahrain, of course. Very close to Abu Dhabi, though. One of the Middle Eastern countries. Well, obviously, Abu Dhabi is not really a country, it's a city. Is it a city? What is it actually? It is a city, I think. The United. Wait. The UAE is the country, of course, and it's a little bit of a. Ooh, and someone crashes out already. The drivers have to watch out. I see ghosts, though, so that's great to see. Because obviously we don't want to see any crashes today, as it is going to be Jean putting in the first lap in a few minutes, as he is still on his out lap at the moment. So he has to come across the line, and then he will be going underway for his first lap here around Bahrain. And it seems like he's playing with controller, I think, because he's got a little bit of a stiffy steering. And right now, going into the last two corners, and if he touches the curb there on the inside, I think he's losing speed. So if you have to drive as close as possible to the curb, but not touching it, and then you will get the most speed coming out of that corner. So right now, Jean, let's take a look at his fast lap, and I'm gonna get the sound up real quick because it's quite important that you guys hear the sound, obviously, as it seems like he just passed his teammate, well, his McLaren teammate, as he is going not too very wide coming out of that corner, so that will lose him a little bit of speed. He has the first sector fastest, and it doesn't seem like he's really nailing this track. This corner he takes very good, going into sector 2 at the moment. And let's see how he's gonna nail this corner. Ooh, going a little bit too deep into that corner, which could lost him a little bit of time going onto the well, one of the main straights here. Taking much curb on the outside there, trying to take as much curb on the inside too. Don't touch that curb on the outside because that's quite dangerous. Be as close as possible to the curb right there, as he is the fastest second sector. And then he didn't go too wide coming out of, well, coming into that corner there, and so that could have lost him a little bit of time. And also on that long right-hander, you have to watch out that you are not touching the curb, because of course you will lose your car. He was not too fast on the throttle right there, and he's gonna put a time in 1:30.3. So that's a great lap from him, as we have Saibari out right now with a 1:29.9. And I think the other McLaren is gonna start this lap. We also got a Red Bull coming across the line at the moment with a 1:29.1. So let's have a look if someone else is on a lap right now. I think Zivan Legits is on a lap, as he's not really nailing every corner, taking too much curb there on the outside. I'm Alonso with the fastest lap at the moment, and he's taking a lot of curb on the outside there. Quite nice, as I think he has ABS off, as you could see his braking zone there. He's got the fastest first sector, but he lost the curb, well, lost to the curb right there. And this was what I was talking about going into this little section. You lose your car quite easily because you can touch the curbs on the outside. And I was talking about these curbs there, and then you will lose your car and spin it in the barrier, and then it's basically race over. The first ever race I've done in my team, I've spun 3 times there, and 3 times I've DNF'd, and it was I did the race all over again, and then after the 3rd race I was done with it. Nadim just put in a lap 1:46.6, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to go for another lap. He has saved some battery, and it seems like he has ABS off, and that's great to see. It's quite realistic, you know, having ABS off, no traction. It's an amazing experience. I cannot do it myself because I'm a noob in racing, but these guys are surely experts, as they are going pretty fast through the first few sectors. It is going to be the fastest first sector for Nadim, as he's not touching the curb there on the outside, so I think that costed him a little bit of time. Let's have a look how he takes this section. Locking up the right front there. It is quite dangerous to get flat spots though, and I'm not sure if that's even possible on this game, but if it would happen in real life, these drivers could have very big flat spots, and that's not great for the race, of course. Of course, in qualifying it's not really that important, but during the race he has the fastest second sector too, so I think he might be up for the fastest lap here in Bahrain. It is Q1 though, so not a biggie at the moment. Brimjaw has joined. I think he has lost connection, as he won't be able to put in another lap because he is not in Q1. Very unfortunate. Nadim puts himself in P3, so I think he lost a little bit of time into sector 3 because he had the fastest second sector, the fastest first sector, and I'm not really able to compare these two guys, as it is Jean on a lap right now, really putting some pressure on Martin at the moment. He is in P12, hasn't put a lap in. Jean did put a lap in with a 1:30.3. He's coming into the pits, and Martin just puts himself in P4. That's great to see, of course. Shakes right now. P6, not too bad, but he is 9/10 off from P1, so he's got to put a little bit more work to put himself in the top 5. I mean, that's the most ideal place, because especially here in Bahrain, you got quite a long zone before the first corner. You will have DRS. No, what am I saying? You will have slipstream on the straight there. And yeah, if you start P3, P4, you have slipstream from the driver in front of you, and you will be able to make a move on the outside or the inside. Doesn't really matter. Depends on where the driver is going. Shakes right now, coming across the line with a 147.0, so he's gonna try to put in another lap, of course. As he's got the Red Bull right behind him, coming out of the pit lane. And it seems like he's losing a little bit of traction there. I'm not gonna say this is commentator curse, because he already lost the car before I've said it. And the Ferrari seems to be on a lap right now. Bob. I think he had done a great job last race in Japan, but he spun out, unfortunately. So we're driving along with him at the moment. Fastest first sector, and that might have been a glitch. It might not be a glitch though, but we saw it the same with Nadim, and he wasn't able to put in the fastest lap. But yeah, Bob right now, putting in some great pressure for the drivers at front. And he's gonna come across the second DRS zone at the moment, as he was taking that corner quite questionably. Going into sector 3 in a few seconds. Let's see how he takes this corner here. Taking it quite dangerous there, very close to the inner curb. So we're gonna have a look how he's gonna perform compared to I'm Alonso and Phantom, as I think I'm Alonso has a straight line speed setup, because it seems like he is really gaining time on these other drivers on the main straight. Especially in sector 3, it's quite important to have that straight line speed. Bob, again, he is a driver that puts in the fastest first sector, fastest second sector. Then in the third sector, it seems like they're dying off. I'm not quite sure what's happening between all of them, because Nadim had the same story, and I'm Alonso is really gaining in the third sector, I think, or it's a glitch from the game. That's possible too. And we are seeing 6 drivers who haven't put a lap in yet, and I think that might change in a few seconds, because we have Zivan Legic right now coming into sector 3, and we've got that McLaren livery once again. Future mode, I think, is what it's called. Yeah, obviously very amazing livery, and I want to see the drivers coming on the podium with this livery, because I want to see the little tracksuits they're wearing. Zivan Legic a 130.2, so not really competing with the drivers at front. He might not be very comfortable with his setup, or maybe the track, or maybe the car, you know. It can be that the drivers are not really comfortable with the car they're driving with, because I know Haas is not really a desirable car. McLaren is, I mean, it's meh. In my opinion, it's meh. The livery itself is alright, but yeah, now with future mode, it looks good. But the blue, I don't like it on the car. Matt Travis with the fastest lap, 128.9, and we had, who was it? I think it was not Shumi coming across the line, putting in a quite fast lap, 29.5, so that's pretty amazing from him. Let's have a look at the back here. Are we having Top Dog? He has the fastest second sector, and I want to look if it's really a glitch from the game, or if it's really true that these guys are putting in fastest sectors after fastest sectors, or not, of course. Top Dog right now coming across the last corner. Let's have a look what he's going to be able to do, and he puts himself in P4, so that's amazing. That's amazing for him. Mercedes doing a great job. Red Bull doing a great job once again, as they are first in the constructor standings, and Div 1 and Div 2 is combined with constructor standings. And it seems like Red Bull has 177 points. Let's get straight into that real quick. Red Bull has 177 points. Behind them is the Haas team with 95, if I can look right. Then we are having the Mercedes with 82. I'm not sure. I cannot read it because my computer is a little small screen, and it's separated in 2 different screens. So Yeah, nothing to worry about. But yeah, I mean, Red Bull, Haas, and Mercedes right now in a battle. Then after that, we've got McLaren and Ferrari, who don't seem to be very performing here in the Premier Division. So I think they got all the points from the second division. Yeah, I'm not sure, yo. Matt Travis retired in pits, Phantom retired in pits, and I think there are a couple of drivers with race engineers, and I think it's gonna be Ferrari. And who else? Let me have a quick look, guys. I will be back in a few seconds. Let's have a quick look. There's gonna be McLaren and Haas, and otherwise it would be Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. And they are switching off, switching around the engineers possible in the lobby, because I think they're allowing 18 drivers in the lobby and then 2 engineers for each team. And that will leave enough space for, of course, the commentator VB Thomas, also known as Thomas Mol. It is a little joke between myself and a friend of mine, because there is a Dutch commentator called Olaf Mol. And yeah, I would call myself the Belgian Olaf Mol because I'm Belgian, obviously, and he is Dutch. And his first name is Olaf. His last name is Mol, so that's why I call myself Thomas Mol. He is one of the best commentators I've ever seen in every, what's it called, every broadcast, you know. Mango is not he didn't reply to the messages, so I think he's not racing today, as he might be a little having some issues with load shedding, I think. And it seems like Grimjaw was able to put in a lap. I thought he lagged out of the game. It didn't seem like it. And yeah, I think our top 5 is firm, although we might see Martin or Josh. No, Josh is in the top 5, so that doesn't really matter. Cyber Yacht is in a lap right now, though. Let's have a quick look what he's doing. 1.4 tenths, 1.5 tenths. He is improving, though. Fastest second sector, and he might be able to put himself... I don't think he's going to put him anywhere, though. He's 4 tenths slower than Bob in front of him. If he has a good exit coming out of this corner, he might be able to do something, as he takes a lot of curb coming out the corner there. 129.4, so that will put him P6. So yeah, he was close enough to the top 5, but I don't think anyone is going to come near Matt Travis, I'm Alonso, and Phantom, as we're seeing top 4 and top 5 with a 129.3. And then we've got Cyber Yacht with a 129.4. We are seeing all the drivers retiring from the session right now, because I think everyone is through Q1 going into Q2, and that will depend on where the drivers are going to, well, whether they're going to Q3 or not. If you're going from P11 till P15, that will be your final destination on the grid. But of course, you will have Q3 after Q2 too. And that means the drivers who are qualified top 10 in Q2, my apologies, will be able to put a better lap in Q3 and put everything at risk, of course. And as a fellow commentator would say, it's all to play for. That's a little quote I got from him. Quite funny, because I'm not even sure if that's true. Well, if it's English, you know, well, it is English, obviously, but if it's really proper English, it's all to play for. Well, doesn't really matter, does it? Saber Yacht right now, he's going very slow, so I don't think he's able to put in another lap. Sivan Legits, he had put in another lap, 129.2, so he might come a little bit closer to the top 3, as he is only 1/10 off. And then we got Bob, who is coming into the pits. We are seeing Cyber Yacht coming into the pits, and then we only have the 2 McLarens out on track right now. Not sure if Jean is gonna put in another lap. Let's have a quick look. I think he is, though, and he's improving. he's a little bit stiff on the steering there. That might cost him a little bit of time. And I mean, I never get why people are racing a racing game with a controller. It's not, I mean, it's not a biggie, you know, but I don't like to race with a controller. It doesn't feel realistic at all. I'm gonna take a quick sip from my water because we've been speaking already for a couple of minutes, half an hour at least. And he wasn't really improving, so he was 1 second off. I'm not sure if he's coming into the pits or not. But I mean, the qualifying is over anyway. So this is going to be your final standings. Matt Travis P1, I'm Alonso P2, and we've got a Phantom in P3. And Bob is not really performing well today. He is 11th with a 129.5. So I mean, that's only 5 or 6 tenths off. As I know, this grid is very close to each other, not having too much space between P1 and P10. Only 5 tenths. That's crazy, guys. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a little break in between Q1 and Q2, but we will be back in a few seconds. All right, we're underway for Q2 at the moment, as it seems like Top Dog just came out of the pits. It's Hardy right now, P15. Don't think he will be able to set a lap in though. Yeah, we're gonna see if Matt Travis is gonna keep his streak up, getting another P1 in Q2. Not sure who was fastest last race in the qualifying. I think it was Matt Travis. Hello, welcome. Yeah, as I said already, this is round 3 of the FTR Racing League, and we're in season 8 already, so that's great to see, as I am one of the new commentators. Luckily, you know, I've got the layovers and the design. No, it's great to commentate for these guys, as it seems like someone is almost going to start his lap, and I think it's one of the Red Bulls. So we're gonna have a quick look at who is going to be driving his first lap, and it is gonna be Matt Travis. So we want to have a closer look on how he takes this corner, and especially the circuit in general, as he is coming into the pits already. Not sure what's the problem with his car, and we are going to see Phantom at the moment. And I think he's gonna come into the pits too, as it seems like a lot of drivers, well, it seems like someone has left the session, and I'm not quite sure what the problem is. It might be a little glitch, as I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Jean is the first one to set a lap in. No, it is Cyber Yacht. But he is still not a lap, and so is the McLaren driver. As I'm gonna be right back with you guys. Right, so it seems like Jean already invalidated this lap, so we're gonna have a quick look at someone else. Cyber Yacht at the moment. And he is underway for a good lap in my opinion. He does have the Aston Martin right behind him, so he's gonna move to the side to make space for Aim Alonso, who is on a fast lap right now. We want to have a quick look at his POV at the moment. He is going flat out on the main straight. He's not going flat out anymore. As soon as I say that, I think he invalidated this lap, or no, he didn't invalidate, but he wasn't going too fast in his opinion, and that's why he cancelled the lap. So I think it's gonna be Josh coming across the line in first with a 129.3, so that's a little bit closer than he was before, as he has to, well, he has to make sure that Ferrari scores some great points, as it seems like the other Ferrari just crosses. Ooh, and this is dangerous from the Aston Martin driver, as he was trying to, I'm not sure if he was trying to, it might be not on purpose, but he did drive in front of Shakes, I think, as he is gonna come across the line right now with a 129.9, and that will place him P4. And Bob also had put a lap in with a 129.6. Top Dog is the fastest of this session at the moment with a 129.2, but that didn't last too long, as it is going to be Martin with a 129.1. And a lot of drivers right now in the chat, as they are cheering for their teammates, I think, if that's the case. Bob right now invalidated this lap already, so I don't think he's going to be able to set in another lap. He's probably coming into the pits. Shumi is going to be going underway for a lap right now, as we don't want to see the POV anymore, because we've already spoken about how the drivers have to take the track. So we're seeing this beautiful screen at the moment, beautifully done from the F1 and Codemasters to give these such footage. Of course, it seems like it's really from that, I mean, from an actual race, you know. I had a couple of watchers saying, yeah, is this a real F1 race or is it a fake one? I said, yeah, I mean, it's the F1 game, and they couldn't believe it. It was actually a game. So yeah, Shumi right now going flat out on the second DRS straight, as he has still plenty of DRS, what am I saying? ERS, 50% or more. He has 56 coming out of that corner. And there is a yellow flag in sector 1, and it seems like it's the McLaren driver, and it might be that he has no fuel anymore. Depends on how many laps he's already done, and I think it's Jean. He is fuelless. Quite funny, as I'm having this problem with the F2 cars too, and then I'm going very slow on the straights and stuff. Who just put in a lap? I think it is Shumi. We lost it a little bit, putting in the fourth fastest lap with a 129.5. Then we have Nadim, who managed to get P1 in Q2. 128.8, so he's quite fast at the moment. We want to have a look what Matrav and Phantom are going to do, because they did something very funny at the beginning of the qualifying, as they did an out lap and then they were going to start their actual lap, but they came back into the pit, so I'm not sure what the thought is behind that, as I think they're having some problems with the invites and stuff. As Matrav is out for an outlet at the moment, and I think his teammate Phantom is gonna come out of the pits in a few seconds. And he actually is, so that's great to see, as we're gonna see 2 Red Bulls at the end of Q2, as I'm not sure how many seconds it is still for this qualifying. We're gonna have a quick look. I think it's around 6 minutes, the total is 15 minutes, but we're already a few minutes underway. So yeah, it's gonna be somewhere between 6 and 8. And Jean is gonna come into the pits right now. And that will leave us with 7 minutes, so that's right in between. Great guess from my end. Matt Travis right now on an out lap. And it seems like he's really trying to understand every corner and where he is gaining time, because out laps are not only for warming up your tires, but already warming up yourself for taking these corners. And if you're going a little bit faster going into those corners, you're basically gonna have a better actual lap, qualifying lap. And I think that's what Matt Travis is doing quite alright, as he is nailing every corner right now, how he should take the racing line, as he is going very carefully on the throttle. And right now warming up his tires quite heavily, as I'm not sure if they will be warm already. Depends on how hard he has done it. We want to have a quick look at his POV, as he did have a little bit of traction loss coming out of that corner, as I think these guys are running no traction. Let's have a look what Matt Travis is going to do. Breaking into corner 1, having a little bit of a lockup, doesn't really matter, as he took that corner quite nicely, taking the curb here on the outside, which will give you a little bit of time, depends on how you take that corner. Then going into sector 2, braking nicely, having a lot of space there on the outside, and he has the fastest first sector, and he is nailing this section beautifully, taking a lot of curb on the outside there, on the inside, and on the throttle here. Going into sector 3, no, it's not sector 3 yet, as he doesn't seem like he's going very wide coming into that corner, so that will not give him too much space on the straight here. And now we are going into sector 3 in a few seconds, as he is taking a lot of curb on the inside too. That will cause him a little bit to lose traction, but it doesn't really matter, because he gets underway for a fast lap here, fastest second sector, taking a lot of curb on the inside and outside. And the driver in front of him has to watch out for Matt Travis at the moment, and maybe he can give a little bit of a tow. I think it's the Mercedes driver, and he is going to have a little bit of a tow, and I think it's going to be a pole for Matt Travis, putting in a 128.5, beating Nadim with almost 3/10. So that's great to see, as we're going underway for another lap with maybe Top Dog, as he has to improve a little bit more to compare himself to the top 2, which are quite ironically the 2 Red Bulls, Matt Travis and Phantom, as Phantom just narrowed it down to 5/6 between himself and Nadim. And it is the fastest first sector for Top Dog at the moment, so that's going to look very great. Saber Yar with the fourth fastest lap at the moment, yeah, with a 128.9. Let's get underway here on the main straight, flat out, going in sector 2, and he's right behind the Ferrari driver. And I'm not sure if that Ferrari driver is on a fast lap. I think he is, but he is under pressure from Top Dog at the moment. Fastest second sector, and it seems like he's really pushing it till the limits. It is still Q2, so that doesn't really matter, because I think he's quite secure. Only 3 more minutes on the timer, and I don't think anyone will beat his time or come close. I mean, sixth place. Putting in second fastest lap, quite great for the Mercedes driver, as I got a little bit of an itch in my throat, so I'm gonna drink something real quick. I will be right back with you guys. I think there are a couple of drivers with some issues with their Wi-Fi, because we just saw, well, I just saw Phantom leaving the session because he couldn't really have proper internet connection to stay in the lobby. And we saw a little bit of a problem last week too between Phantom and SSL Mango, where SSL Mango got shoved off by Phantom because of his internet connection, because he was glitching all over the place. But that's really fixable, as I think he said it wasn't usually like this, but it seems like he has the same problem here in Bahrain. And I'm Alonso just put in the fastest second, well, the second fastest lap with a 128.6, so he's coming a little bit closer to Matt Travis, but still 110 difference, as it is gonna be Top Dog coming into the pits right now. Bob is on a lap, but he's 12 seconds slower, so I don't think he is gonna be able to put in another lap. One more minute to go, as we are seeing some drivers retiring from the session. It is going to be Jean underway for a lap right now, and some driver has problems with their fuel, and I think it's Jean. Not Shumi is on a lap, he is improving by 2/10, so I think Jean is going to get beaten for that P10 position in Q3. As the drivers have to qualify in the top 10 to be able to qualify for Q3, of course. Very important session, the Q3 session, as it seems like Shumi is gonna try to set another lap in. He was 2/10 up, but it didn't seem like he wanted to go for this lap. It was gonna be enough to beat Jean, but right now he was saving his ERS, going underway for one more lap. 18 seconds to go in the qualifying, as the drivers who just crossed the line are still able to put a lap in, and it's gonna be depending if the Mercedes driver is still gonna be able to put a lap in. I don't think it's gonna be possible for him, as he's got a few seconds too short. That's very unfortunate for him, Martin. So yeah, now not Shumi. Let's have a look, as it seems like he is improving by 2/10, almost 3/10, with the fastest first sector, and that's a great job from him, as it is not going to be Shumi. It is going to be, how should I call him? Shumi, let's call him, yes, Vettel, as it is not Shumi, Schumacher, you know. Hahaha, very funny. Commentators' jokes are the worst. So Shumi, let's have a look what he is gonna perform here after sector 2. If he is improving or not depends on how he takes the sector, of course. He improves by 6/10. Holy damn, he's gonna put up a great show here, as he needs to have a great sector here. Ooh, he is almost out of fuel, as it is gonna be very close coming out of the sector here. And is he gonna fall out of ERS? I don't think he is. He isn't gonna fall out of fuel either. He puts in the 4th fastest lap with a 128.7, which secures him from Q3. Well, secures them in Q3. And then we've got a little bit of a summary on how things are looking like. Matt Travis P1, I'm Alonso P2, Top Dog P3. It is gonna be not Shumi P4, Phantom P5, and the other things we will discuss later. So I was talking about the standings. It is going to be Phantom in P5, Nadim in P6, Bob in P7, Sabriyad in P8, Sivan Legits in P9, Martin in P10. And it is going to be dropping out of Q3. Josh, Jean, Grimjaw, Shakes. Grimjaw, very noticeable. He was doing a great job in the actual standings, but now he has to drop a little bit a few places in the qualifying, and that will cost him a few points, you know, because these guys at the front will be able to drive away while Grimjaw has to overtake a couple of drivers to be close to points. So I will be back in a few seconds, guys. I'm gonna take a little break, so if you guys want some snacks or some drinks, make sure to grab them right now, because we will be going underway for qualifying 3. All right, welcome guys. This is round 3 of season 8 here of the FTR Racing League. We are racing in Bahrain today. It is going to be Q3, and once again, this qualifying and race is sponsored by Auto Magneto, so make sure to check those guys out. They're wholesale and retailers of auto parts over the whole region of Africa. So if you need any auto parts, car parts is what it's called too, make sure to check them out. And it is going to be top dog. I'm also the first one who is going to put a lap in. No, it is going to be the Red Bull driver, no? Yeah, it is going to be Matt Travis. Maybe you want to have a quick look how Alonso take this last few, well, the first few corners, also the last few. As he is taking a lot of curb on the inside there, and as which Matt Travis doesn't do, Alonso takes a lot of curb on the inside there out of sector 1. Oh, and he loses his car. Very unfortunate. This was a very important lap for the Aston Martin driver, but he wasn't gonna be able to put in a good lap, as we are having Bob at the moment going into turn 9 and 10. Quite difficult corners to nail, as he takes a beautiful, well, semi-beautiful, because he didn't really touch the curb there on the inside, which led him to go too wide, not having too much speed coming out of that corner. Bob right now He did manage to qualify for Q3, which I didn't really think was very, very optimistic going into Q2. Because he put himself in I think it was P13, P14 in Q1. And that made me a little bit nervous. I'm not sure if that's the word. As he's going to come across the line with a 129.1. We're seeing Matt Travis with the fastest lap at the moment, a 128.3. So that's great to see, of course. Zivan Legit's still in the pits, and I don't think he's going to come out for a few seconds or minutes. Phantom is going to be on a lap right now. I don't think he's going to be able to compete with Matt Travis, but surely he's going to be very close to Bob. 128.8, so that's quite fast. Martin with a 129.3. Cyberyacht with a 149.5, so he definitely has to improve a little bit more. And we have Im Alonso, who's right now on a lap, so that's great to see. Nadim with a 128.4, so he's coming really close to Matt Travis, but not close enough. Top Dog with a 128.3. as he is improving by 500s compared to his main rival at the moment, Matt Travis. And is anyone else on the lap? I don't think anyone is still on a fast lap. I think everyone is going a little bit slower because they're on an in lap. We want to have a quick look at Matt Travis if he is improving. 17 seconds, he's not improving. We're seeing Phantom not really improving. We've got Cyberyacht right behind him, 3/10 slower. That's not gonna be enough, and I think everyone is going to come into the pits. He is 13 seconds faster. So I think something happened in between sector 1 and sector 3. So that means it happens in sector 2. And that's caused him to have such a bad time as he is coming across the line right now with a 129.3. So that's 20 seconds improvement, but it isn't gonna put him anywhere as he's still in P8, unfortunately. But we will see a little bit of an advantage going into a later time into the qualifying, because you will have a warmer track, of course, like the in real life F1. As we're having Natsumi in P10 right now on an outlap, so I think he will be able to perform something big as he put the 4th fastest lap at the end of Q2, which was quite a surprise to me because he didn't seem too fast in Japan. And there are a couple of more drivers on the lap, such as Im Alonso and Bob. Bob, I think he is on a fast lap. Let's have a look what his Q2 time is compared to his last time, as it seems like my PC is low on battery, so I'm gonna plug that in real quick. There we go. All good, all done. He is 37,000 slower, so I think he's gonna come into the pits and put in some new rubber. Welcome, Arnaud. It's sad to see you not here in the race, as you were very fast last week in Japan. But today we have a couple of new drivers as reserves, and that is going to be, let's have a quick look. Not sure who is going to be the oh yeah, okay, so it's going to be Martin, who is in P7 right now, and it's going to be, no, it's going to be Sims and Shakes, but Shakes is already out of Q3, and I think Sims is not in the lobby, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that's what was up. Apparently Arno needs an invite, so if anyone has an invite for Arno, please make sure to invite him if you can hear the chat or my commentary. And it's gonna be Martin right now. Is he coming into the pits? It doesn't seem like it, as he's going underway for another lap. And if he finishes this lap, I don't think he's gonna have enough time to come into the pits and put in another lap, as he is going underway right now into sector 1. as it is a very dangerous sector to make moves in. I mean, it's doable, you know. But yeah, very difficult section here. Sector 2, as this is a little bit of a net section, as I like to compare it with Maggots and Baggots, although it's a little bit of a shorter version of the Maggots and Baggots, as he is gonna prepare himself to go flat out here and also on the main straight. Let's have a look. He's taking this corner beautifully, not too much traction loss, as he is going flat out here and going into sector 3 in a couple of seconds, nailing this corner beautifully, as I think he's going to be able to improve by a little bit. Let's have a look. He is improving by 7/10, and that's going to put him in P3 or 4, depends on what he's going to be able to perform here in sector 3, because it seems like Mango has joined the session, so he's going to start from all the way back. But at least we are seeing him on track, as it is going to be Martin right now with a 128.4, which will place him in P4, beating I'm Alonso. I think I'm Alonso is on a lap right now, as I'm not sure if he's improving or not. It doesn't seem like it, and he's going to try to set another lap in. Also, Phantom is on a lap at the moment. 3 minutes he's underway. I think that is a little bit of a mistake from the game. Let's have a look what Phantom is going to be able to do, going underway here for his last lap of this qualifying. 1 more minute to go, as you can see on the left corner of your screen. And yeah, it's looking very great for him, you know. He's in P6, not too bad, as we're seeing a Aston Martin crash there. I think that's I'm Alonso, who is feeling the pressure from behind and also from the front, because obviously he needs to perform very well to be able to compete with Matt Travis, Top Dog, Nadim in the actual race. And I think Phantom is on a fast lap. Let's have a look what his time is compared to his previous time after sector 2, as it seems like Martin is P4 at the moment. Absolutely great lap from him. Yeah, Cyber Yacht is also on a lap. Let's have a look what he's gonna do. 20-second improvement, so that's another glitch, I think, as he is gonna try to set another lap right now. Aston Martin is underway. He is feeling the pressure from behind. The Red Bull and the Mercedes are on a hot lap right now. No, they're on an out lap. So I think Top Dog has to leave a little bit more space between himself and Matt Travis, because obviously if Matt Travis is on the lap, this is very dangerous, guys. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Top Dog has to leave space, because otherwise he's gonna run into the Red Bull driver. He's gonna have a slipstream though, so that's great to see. But yeah, I mean, he is too close, you know. He has the slipstream, but if the Red Bull makes one mistake, he's not accountable for that mistake, because obviously the Mercedes driver didn't leave enough space. Or maybe Top Dog is trying to make him nervous, you know, driving so close and saying, yo, here I am, I've got the P1 already, you know. I wanted to say something, but I'm not gonna say it, obviously, for many reasons. Yeah, I'm gonna say it anyway. Stick in it, you know. He's gonna think that, obviously, because he's got the fastest lap already, and Matt Travis is right now underway for another fast lap, and I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to set a good lap in, as he's going flat out right now on the main straight. I mean, it's one of the main straights. You've got many straights here. You got straights in sector 1, in sector 2, and in sector 3. And I think you should even be able to have 3 DRS sections here. No, 4, because it already has 3 DRS sections. But you even should be able to have 4, as he is 2 or 3 tenths up right now. So I think that's going to be Top Dog's time, because I'm not sure if Top Dog is improving or not, and it does seem like it, because he is catching up to Matt Travis. Let's have a quick look. Matt Travis coming across the line with a 127.9. Top Dog, he is not going to improve, so it's going to be P1 for Matt Travis. So this is going to be your top three, and nobody else is on the lap right now. So congratulations to the qualifying winner, also to the podium. And then we've got Nadim P4, Martin P5. And yeah, congratulations to Matt Travis. Once again, another pole in the qualifying. Because I think SSL Mango got it last week, but he crashed out, unfortunately. And are we going to have another excellent start at the beginning of the race? Let's talk a little bit more about the strategy, as I think the driver should go from medium to hard, or soft to hard, or soft, medium, medium. Of course, soft, medium, medium for a double strategy, well, a double pit stop. And that's mainly because you can see a couple of safety cars here on this track, especially in the beginning of the session. And I think if there is a safety car early stage, you should go for medium tires after that. Try to stretch them as much as possible, and then see at the end of the race if you're gonna pick mediums or if you're gonna pick softs. Obviously, when you're going soft hard strategy and there is another safety car after that hard stint, you are a little bit, I'm not gonna say fucked, but you're a little bit you're not in a good position, because you have to pit for another set of tires, and you have driven the whole stint on hard tires, which is not a great decision, obviously. But yeah, medium hard's best decision in my opinion, because if there's no safety car, and I'm not sure what the settings are here in this league, but we saw 2 or 3 safety cars last race in Japan. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see. We also have a little bit of the standings, as I'm gonna get that underway at the moment. Red Bull being first in the standings, then we've Haas in second place, and we've got Mercedes in third place, McLaren in fourth place, and then Ferrari to fill in fifth place. Aston Martin seems to be very slow. They're currently P9 in the constructors, as there are usually 10 teams, so I'm not quite sure. I don't think Alpine is in this game. As I said, yeah, there are 18 drivers in the lobby, so that makes sense. As we're going underway for the formation lap right now. So if you have enough time to get some snacks in, make sure to go and get those, or maybe a little bit of a drink if you want that. I'm gonna have a little break so you guys can get those snacks, and I will be right back when the race is going to start. Alrighty, guys. Welcome to the race here in Bahrain, Season 8, Round 3 of the Full Throttle Racing League. As we are sponsored by Automagneto, our official sponsor, and we're very happy to have those guys in our project, obviously, for many reasons. And they are wholesalers and retailers of auto parts in the whole region of Africa, as we are very happy to have these guys aboard, especially with a racing game, you know. They're supplying auto parts, and usually all the guys that are playing a racing game or watching a racing game love autos. So obviously they need some car parts, as all the drivers are lining up at the moment, as I find this very tricky to line up. But it doesn't seem like many drivers are having problems lining up. And I think he's got a purple lineup, so that's great to see. Top Dog seems to be disqualified, so he's not really lined up perfectly, because I think he is a meter, maybe I think it's a meter, guys, behind the actual starting place, and that will leave him in not a good position for the drivers behind him, as it is going to be 5 red lights. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix here of the Full Throttle Racing League. And it seems like Top Dog has a great start, making a move on the inside there. Let's have a quick look. He already made the move done, and this is a very shitty screen, as I'm not sure what was up with that. Nadim made the move on I'm Alonso, and it seems like... And we are seeing Matt Travis already out of the race. And that's not great to see. Martin very close to Phantom at the moment. Bob P6, Natsumi P7, as he just made a move on the outside there. Is the Williams driver gonna stick it down the inside? He's losing a lot of positions, as I don't think. And Shumi right now on the outside in sector 2. He has made the move done, but maybe the Ferrari driver has a better exit. It is gonna be the AlphaTauri driver on the inside there. Who is going to get P6 at the moment? That's going to be the question, as the drivers here at the front are not having a big battle. Maybe Phantom is a little bit closer to Nadim, as SSL Mango is making up his way quite fast, as he started from all the way P16 and he's P9 right now, so he has a great race underway. Obviously he is not in the Alpine. I think he is a Williams driver, but the game just selected that car for him. Let's have a look at Martin, because he is underway to make a move on the Red Bull driver. He has a good exit. Maybe he has the slipstream. He does have the slipstream. And are the drivers using any ERS? That's the question. Martin has still 85% to work with. And let's have a look what Phantom has. He has 70%, so he's draining his battery quite heavily. Top Dog at the moment 135.7 fastest lap, but obviously that's after the first lap. Anyways, I'm Alonso 4 tenths behind the Mercedes driver, and I think he has a good exit coming out of this corner. He might be able to make a move down the inside, and he is going to try it anyway, as we're seeing a Haas at the back of the grid there. And I'm Alonso sticks it down the inside. He is running the soft tire, and the Mercedes driver is running the medium tire, and I think it's quite interesting to see what's going to happen here. The Aston Martin down the outside. He's going to touch the curb. Is he going to dive bomb on the inside? He actually is. Is the Mercedes driver leaving enough space? He is, and this is some beautiful racing from these two drivers. Mercedes still in P1, so he has some great pace here on these medium tires, as the soft tires are a little bit difficult to run with because they're overheating quite easily. And we're seeing a AlphaTauri going quite slow there in P8, as SLSL Mango is already in P7, so he is making up big positions. And we are still seeing a great battle here between the Aston Martin and the Mercedes driver, but Nadim is coming a little bit closer, followed by Phantom and Martin, who are having a little battle too. And we are seeing some battles here at the back of the grid, as Zardi lost his car very unfortunately. Matt Travis back in P12, Grimjaw in P11, so these guys will have to battle 4 points today, and it is gonna be Top Dog. The Aston Martin, is he gonna throw it down the inside? He isn't. He's gonna wait till the next DRS section, in my opinion, as it seems like the DRS is already open after this lap. So let's have a look if Aston Martin is gonna make a move. I don't think he is. Let's have a quick look. He doesn't have the DRS, as it seems to be a little bit broken. I'm not sure what's happening with that, as we are seeing Nadim 5 tenths behind I'm Alonso. And this is a great battle for the top, well, in the top 5 between Martin, Phantom, Nadim, I'm Alonso, and Top Dog for P1. Obviously it's quite difficult for P5 to get P1 immediately. We're gonna have a quick look at the tires. What tires is everyone on? Top Dog started on the mediums, is still on the mediums. I'm Alonso on the softs, and the only driver who is on hards in the top 10 is Mango. He started all the way from the back. Let's have a quick look. He gained already 9 positions, so he is doing an amazing job here in Bahrain, as he's going to try and make another move here on the Ferrari driver Bob. And is he gonna try and stick it down the inside here? It doesn't see like that. And apparently there is a new glitch, so that's not great to see. Mango right now, he has a little bit of space between himself and Bob, but he is definitely gonna have the DRS on the main straight, start finish straight at the moment. Let's have a look if he has a great exit coming out of this corner. Top Dog with another fastest lap, so that's great to see, as he is keeping pressure. Well, he needs to have pressure from Im Alonso, but he is handling it quite nicely, as we are seeing Im Alonso in P2 7 tenths behind. He is under fire from behind Nadim at the moment, as it seems like we are having a great battle here between Bob and Mango, but we missed that unfortunately. Im Alonso, does he have a great exit? And the longer he stays behind Top Dog, the less long his tires are gonna last, because obviously if you're right behind someone, you will have more degradation of your tires, and especially on soft tires is not a great sign for him. So yeah, Top Dog is doing a great job keeping the Aston Martin driver right behind him. Phantom is very close, as he is letting through the Mercedes driver at the moment, and I think Phantom is glitching once again, and that's not great to see, as yeah, this is gonna cause another incident in my opinion, so we will have to have a look at that after the race. And there's a yellow flag here, and I think that's Shakes, who lost his car in sector 2, as it's still a 5-way battle for P1 right now. Everyone is within 1 second. Maybe Nadim doesn't have the DRS. We will have to have a look at that really quick. Does he have the DRS? He does have the DRS, so we're gonna see a little DRS train here. Bob quite close to SSL Mango. Matt Travis with the fastest lap right now. He is back in 9, so that's great to see. He is making up his way quite easily, as it is Grimshaw. P11 with DRS on Jean. Ooh, SSL Mango has lost his car, very unfortunately, as he is back in P13, P12 at the moment. Matt Travis making a move, having a little battle with the Williams driver at the moment, and he's pushing him wide a little bit, so that means Cyber Yacht has to go off throttle to leave space for Matt Travis. Yeah, Matt Travis back in P7, so I think that's gonna give some great sparks in the driver lounge, as they're gonna congratulate Matt Travis on that comeback he is having at the moment. P7, absolutely amazing. Oh, and he's getting spun out by the Williams driver. This is not great, as he is under fire from Cyber Yacht and Jean at the moment. Jean coming very close to this little group here. And is there gonna be a little battle here? I don't think so. Im Alonso is already dropping down some speed with his soft tires, and that's not great to see. As I said, they're gonna degrade quite easily. He is under well, he's above 1 second, so I don't think he's gonna have the DRS, depending on where the detection point was, and he's definitely not gonna have DRS. But Nadim right behind him is gonna have DRS, and we're gonna have a quick look at the ERS state. 3% for Im Alonso. Nadim still had 30, as Cyber Yacht just lost his car here at the end of sector 3, and that's not great to see. Nadim right now right behind Im Alonso. He's having a little bit of space, so 6 tenths he has to work with. I think it's enough for Im Alonso to keep P2, but of course the medium tires are lasting longer than the soft tires, so we will see a little bit of an overtaking opportunity within the next few laps for Nadim, Phantom and Martin on Im Alonso. As this is some beautiful view at the moment. We're seeing everyone quite close to each other. Im Alonso is having a little bit of tenths back, as the Red Bull driver was quite close to Nadim there, so he had to watch out. Nadim does have the DRS, but so does Im Alonso, and that's a very lucky thing, because he was out of that DRS section, well, the DRS second, but it doesn't seem like he is having that problem right now. 1 second, he is sometimes he's up on the second, sometimes he's down on the second, and yeah, that's gonna give some great sparks, and it's not too good to work with for Im Alonso. He is having that straight line speed on the Mercedes driver, but it's not going to be enough to get the DRS, as Cyber Yacht just overtook Zardi, and I think Zardi lost his car in sector 2. Because it doesn't seem like anyone is going to make a move. Maybe Martin on Phantom. It doesn't look like it. Phantom is quite close to Nadim right now. Is he going to make a move down the inside? He's too far back. So he's going to wait for that next DRS. If he has a good exit coming out of this corner. And it seems like Martin is very close. Not Shumi making a move on the McLaren driver right now. So the McLaren driver is a little bit sandwiched in between the Haas drivers. And it's going to be a great thing for Grimjaw at the moment, as he is scoring points and his main competitor. Oh wait, I thought Matt Travis was back at the grid, but he is in P7 right now. I'm not sure who is the biggest competitor of Matt Travis. I think it's Phantom, his teammate, who is scoring some great points for Red Bull right now and for the driver standings, as he's gonna crawl a little bit closer to Matt Travis, depending on how many points he's gonna score today. I'm Alonso back out of the second. Nadim 6/10, Phantom 6/10, Martin 5/10, as they're in sector 2 at the moment, quite close. And this is a very difficult track to overtake in, because every time you're getting a little bit closer, you've got that dirty air, and it's not easy to work with because you're understeery, and that means you're losing a little bit of time. So yeah, it's difficult to stay close in a big group, as it is going to be Matt Travis quite close to Bob right now, and we might be able to see an overtake here on the main straight, start finish straight, and maybe the straight after that, because obviously you have DRS after that first few corners. I'm Alonso is the first driver to come into the pits, as I think he's going for hard tires or maybe medium tires if he's gonna try and go for soft medium strategy. Matt Travis diving down the inside. It was quite of a dangerous move because he didn't get to put his car along the side Bob, and he has DRS right now. Is he gonna try and make a move? He actually is. He's gonna stick it down the inside, pushing Bob a little bit to the side, and I think he has made contact, so that's definitely gonna be a report from Bob, as it doesn't seem like Matt Travis is giving that position back. So he is up for 10 points right now. Bob 8 points, as he is still quite close to Matt Travis, but I don't think he's gonna keep his car very close to Matt Travis. Obviously Matt Travis had the fastest qualifying in Q3. I think it was a 128.2, as that is very fast for this league. We're gonna have a quick look at the track information, as I'm not sure what the fastest qualifying was in the whole world. It was a 127.2, and that was in real life race. So that was in 2020 by Lewis Hamilton. But yeah, they're quite close, 1 second. And the thing too is, these cars are significantly slower. So yeah, that means they are performing quite nicely. Phantom right now 3/10 behind Nadim, and he's not gonna stick it down the inside. Nadim is very close, very far away from Top Dog, so he is not gonna have DRS. The McLaren driver leaving enough space for the drivers to get past. Phantom is not gonna make a move on Nadim. He is 6/10 behind. Martin is very close to the Red Bull driver at the moment, and it is going to be dangerous for the McLaren driver there to drive in that racing line, because obviously the drivers are using race line on the ground, and that's going to mean they are not going to be able to see where they have to brake. Martin right now 5/10 behind Phantom. It's not going to be enough, and we are not seeing any more overtakes from behind, as Grimjaw is quite close to Jean right now, but I think Jean has the DRS too, as he is finding himself quite close to his SSL Mango, who came back all the way from P13 to P8, so he's making a little bit of a comeback game at the moment, as he is scoring already 4 points for, well, it is going to be the Williams team, but he is driving with an Alpine thanks to the game. And let's get back here at the front, as I don't expect any overtakings happening very soon. And I'm Alonso is not very fast. We want to have a look at what tire he is at the moment. He is on hard tires, as he is going to try to last these stints till the end of the race. And again, no overtakings are happening in Sector 1, in my opinion, although Phantom is very close at Nadim at the moment. 210s. Is he gonna stick it down the inside? He's gonna back out of it. And this DRS section is not long enough to be able to make a move, although you need to have a great exit. Well, let's have a look. Martin is very close to Phantom, and this is gonna be here for a long time. I think it's gonna be a strategical decision whether you're going to be in P1, P2, P3 or P4. If you're going to pit one more lap earlier, that means you're having an undercut and you're going to have track position. But of course your tire will degrade a little bit faster, a little bit sooner. And that means you will have less tire, what's it called? Well, you have more tire percentage at the end of the race. And that means you won't be able to defend well. So yeah, it's going to be depending on how these drivers are going to save their tires, of course, on track. Phantom under fire from Martin right now, 310s, and is it going to be enough to make a move down the inside? It is not going to be enough, as he's finding himself 210s behind Phantom right now. Does he have any ERS? It doesn't seem like it. So does Phantom have neither. Nadim has neither any ERS, and it is going to be a move from Mercedes driver. It doesn't seem like it. He is backing out of the move. Yeah, this is going to be the same story all over again. Bob right now trying to make a move on the Haas driver in sector 1. It doesn't seem like it, as SSL Mango is coming a little bit closer to this group of two people. Obviously SSL Mango quite furious that he has load shedding, and he started all the way from P16 right now in P8, which means he gained 8 positions. He found himself already back in P7, but he dropped down quite rapidly after he crashed, and that means yeah, he had to work his way back up from P14 to P8, where he is right now. We do have to keep in mind he is on hard tires, so that means he will have a little bit of a faster stint at the end of the race, being able to overtake quite a few people still. Phantom right now quite close to Nadim, as I think there is a overtake opportunity here for Phantom. If he's going to be able to keep it this close to the Alfa Romeo driver, and I think he is. 210s, is it going to be enough? Because Nadim doesn't have DRS, and it seems like Phantom has understeer. But Martin is very close, but he doesn't have any ERS, so I don't think he's going to be able to make a move down the inside. He actually isn't, and he does have the slipstream though, but if he doesn't have any ERS, you're nothing with that slipstream. So let's have a look. Phantom right now still 310s behind Nadim, and this is going to be a one story, and it's going to be that every driver is going to stay in their position. Obviously Zardi making a move on Grimjaw, quite obviously, because Grimjaw is coming into the pits. Cyberyard with a 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane, so that's not great to see. And Shakes is coming into the pits too, as he is quite close to Cyberyard right now, putting on the hard tires, and I don't think there's gonna be a safety car today. There might be, because someone crashed in sector 1, and it is gonna be the teammate of Zardi. It is I Am Alonso, and he is not doing a great job at the moment, starting on soft tires, as he thought there was gonna be a safety car, and right now on the hard tires, and he's not really putting in some great pressure at the driver in front of him, because he crashed out already. And the drivers here at the front who are gonna make a pit stop are definitely gonna be in front of I Am Alonso. Phantom again, 410s behind Nadim, and it's not going to be enough. You basically have to be next to the driver already before making a move on the main straight. And is Phantom going to come into the pits? It doesn't seem like it. Nadim is coming into the pits, so that means he has the track position after he's coming out of the pit lane, because these two drivers still have to make a pit stop. Matt Travis is coming into the pits too, as that's a very great decision from him, as he's going to jump a little bit of the drivers. Obviously he is gonna be in front of Shumi, so that's, I mean, Shumi still has to come in, so that's not really something to discuss, as he's gonna have a freeway at the moment. Maybe he's gonna be under attack from the Aston Martin in front of him, And now it's going to be depending where Schumi is going to come out, because he has the Aston Martin coming quite closely and he is in front of him. So that's going to be a great solution. So SSL Mango already in P4. He still has to pit for new tires, but there's another Aston Martin in the gravel there, and that seems to be Ayman Alonso once again, as he was going very slow into corner 1. And SSL Mango 10 seconds behind, so we will do the calculations real quick. He's gonna drop 22 seconds on average, so that will end up in P9, but obviously he's gonna have the faster tire, which means he will be able to gain a few seconds at the last few laps during this race. Still 16 laps to go, as we are 1 hour and 47 minutes into the stream, as it is going to be a great way to know who is going to be able to put in P1 after at the end of this race. Top Dog coming into the pits. Martin is the only driver who hasn't pitted yet, as it is going to be Phantom and Top Dog in the pits right now. This is El Mango just put in the fastest lap on his hard tires, and that's something amazing. He has great pace, and I think he is up 4 points here during the Bahrain Grand Prix. He's definitely up for P5, I think, in my opinion, as he is feeling a little bit pressure from Bob right behind him, as he was able to come a little bit closer. Once again, a yellow flag in sector 1, and that's going to be Zardi losing position to Schumi, gaining 1 position thanks to that crash. Quite unfortunate, you know. The Aston Martins don't feel very confident here during the Bahrain Grand Prix, as they are finding themselves in P10 and P11. Ayman Alonso had a great qualifying, but he pitted already and he is in P11, so that's not great to see. Zardi didn't have a great qualifying, dropping out of Q1 already, and right now we are seeing SSL Mango, who started from P16 all the way in P1, as he still has to make a pit stop. He is coming quite close to Martin, as I think Martin's tires are dropping off quite easily. He's probably coming into the pits right now, as I'm not sure he is coming into the pits, so he's probably going on for hard tires. And that means SSL Mango will lead the race at the moment. Bob dropping off quite easily. He is coming into the pits, so that's quite of an obvious explanation to that. As he is quite close to Martin. I didn't expect he was this close. I think that's a difference of like 3 seconds maybe. And it's gonna be Phantom overtaking Martin, Nadim overtaking Martin, and they are having a little bit of a gap of almost 2 seconds. So I think that was a great decision, as Matt Travis also overtook Martin, and it was not a great decision from Martin to stay on these tires this long. He will have fresher tires at the end of the race, but I don't think he's going to be able to gain 5 or 6 seconds, as Phantom overtook Nadim. Actually, quite interesting. I don't think that was going to happen, but it did happen, as he had a better out lap. No, in lap. I'm not sure what it's called. The last lap he's going to do before he is coming into the pits, compared to Nadim, as he jumped him already. Nadim, well, here's the thing. Phantom made the overcut work. Overcut is basically when the driver in front of you pits at the perfect strategy. Like, what is it? Line? I'm not sure. The perfect strategy is gonna be, when did he pit Nadim? I think it was around lap 13. And the Phantom pitted in lap 14, and that means he jumped him, or if he made the overtake work already, I'm not sure. I was looking at other drivers, including a Mango. Jean right now in second place, 8.4 seconds behind Mango, and Top Dog is coming quite close to Jean at the moment, as I'm going to have a little break to have a little sip. So if you guys need any drinks, food, make sure to get that right now, as we will be going underway for the Bahrain Grand Prix Part 2 in a few seconds. So let's have a look back again, because we've got Phantom putting up some great pressure from Top Dog, at Top Dog actually, here in Sector 2, as I think Phantom did a great job having a lap after his pit stop, and that means he is quite close to Top Dog, because if I remember well, Top Dog was 4 or 3 seconds in front of these two here, Phantom and Nadim. And right now he's only less than 1 second close, well, further from Phantom and Nadim. I mean, it's great to see, because you will see many overtaking opportunities, but I'm quite sure he's feeling very nervous and furious at the moment, because he lost that much time. You want to have a look at what tires everyone is on. There is a yellow flag in Sector 2. I think that's a AlphaTauri Shakes, in my opinion, who has lost his car on the curb there, I think, coming into that corner, or maybe on the outside, when he is crossing track limits a little bit, but in game that's not crossing track limits. Phantom right now, and they are going underway for Sector 2, as it seems like there is a McLaren driver going quite slow, Zivan Legits. And let's have a look. Phantom at the moment 6 tenths behind Top Dog, and I don't think there's gonna be a move very soon. I Am Alonso is making back his way up the grid. He's scoring points at the moment, 1 point, so that's great to see, as he is going to try and make an overtake work on Bob, 7 tenths behind him. And it's not going to be enough to make a move in the next lap, but he's definitely gonna work his way back up and trying to get the move done, obviously, because that means he will get 2 more points. No, it's actually 1 more point, but if he makes his way back up in P8 or maybe P7, he's gonna get a few more points more. Phantom 9 tenths behind Top Dog, and I think Top Dog is trying to get as much pressure onto the Red Bull driver as possible, because obviously if you're driving in front of a driver and you're being faster than the guy in well, at the back, and that means they're not feeling very secure. Jean coming into the pits, and we're gonna have a look how many places he is gonna drop. He started on the hard tires, going on the medium tires at the moment, and that means, ooh, he has to serve 5 seconds of penalties, I think. No, he doesn't actually. It was a glitch of the game, and we're gonna have a look where he's gonna end up with. It's gonna be behind the Aston Martin driver, and is it gonna be behind the Haas driver? I don't think it is, because he will have a little bit of a runaway coming out of the pit lane right there. So he's gonna be in P10 right now. He has the medium tires, so he will be a little bit faster. Ooh, he's gonna spin cold tires, something you have to look out for. A rookie mistake by Jean, and Sardi just put in the fastest lap on his hard tires, and I think that will be beaten by Mango once he is going on the medium tires, as I think he went on to medium tires. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. Tires 17 lap old hard tires, and that means he has been going underway on these tires for the whole race already. 15 positions gained. He still has to make a pit stop, as I said already. Top Dog didn't gain any positions. He started from P2, still in P2. Phantom started in P3, in P6. He is right now in P3. That means Travis lost 4 positions. Quite unfortunate, as he is out of the DRS section from Nadim. I'm not sure if he's gonna close up soon, but it doesn't look like it. I'm Alonso has lost 6 positions. He qualified in P3. He is going to try and make a move here on Bob, the Ferrari driver, and it seems to be looking good at the moment. 4 tenths behind Bob. If he's having a great run coming out of this corner, he is going to have a great run for the inside dive here after the main straight. He's going to have DRS 3 tenths, and I think it's going to be enough. Let's have a look with his POV. And he's gonna try and make a move down the inside, isn't he? He is. What a beautiful move. Is it gonna be working? It is actually, and it is gonna be the Ferrari driver behind him. And I think the Ferrari driver has the DRS. Let's have a quick look. He does actually. And is he gonna try and get back? We want to see this beautiful view. He is gonna make a move. Is it gonna be enough? The Aston Martin is leaving enough space for Ferrari to make a move, but it isn't going to be enough. He didn't carry too much speed coming out of that corner, and that means that I'm Alonso has made the move done. So absolutely amazing from him, as Bob didn't have any DRS on the main straight, start finish straight, as I'm always calling it, the main straight, obviously. Phantom at the moment underway for a move on top dog 6 tenths. It's not going to be enough, and neither is Nadim going to have enough of space to make a move. Matt Travis is within 1 second though. He has the fastest second sector at the moment, and I do think he's going to be able to put in the fastest lap. Although it seemed like Schumi was putting in some great pressure here on Martin. 2 seconds, that's a little bit of a gap, but you know, it's still able to be beaten as Matt Travis coming across the line, and it doesn't seem like he had put in the fastest lap, so he won't be able to get 1 point extra. Nadim right now underway for lap 20, as Phantom is quite close to Top Dog, and he might be able to make a move down the inside. He is too far back, so we won't be able to see an overtake here. Is there anyone else quite close? It doesn't seem like it. This little group from P2 till P5 are quite close to each other, so I think we have to keep a closer look to that, as I'm going to talk a little bit about the standings, as we are seeing the driver standings on the screen right now. First, with 57 points, is going to be Matt Travis. He's going to score 10 points today, as things are looking like right now. Then we are having Phantom, who is in P3. He will score 15 points, so that will be 5 points gained compared to Matt Travis. And we got Grimjaw, who is not scoring, well, he's scoring 1 point, but that's not really amazing to gain any positions on the standings. Then we are having Top Dog, currently P2. It might be P1 after SSL Mango has pitted, but I think SSL Mango might be up for the win here. He made a big gap between himself and Top Dog, 14 seconds. The average pit lane time is going to be around 22 seconds, and that means he is only 8 seconds behind, but he will have faster laps at faster tires at the end of the race, and I think he should have come into the pits already, but it doesn't seem like it, as we are seeing a little overtake here from the Red Bull, as we're going back at the race right now, and his Phantom gonna be able to make a move on Top Dog. It doesn't seem like it. He's a little bit too far back, and I mean, this DRS straight is a little bit useless because you don't have much DRS to work with, of course. The longer the straight is, especially in the start-finish straight, you're having a long DRS straight, but after that section, you're seeing the second straight in sector 1, you're having less room to work with. More specific, the length of the straight is too short to have the DRS overtake. And yeah, it's gonna be Grimjaw quite close to Bob, and I think Bob is not really confident on this track, because he's losing quite a few positions. Lost 1 position, I think it says 1 position, I'm not quite sure. It might be a glitch. And Grimjaw gained 3, as Bob is going a little bit too wide, and I think this is going to be an overtaking opportunity from Grimjaw, because he has the DRS and he has to back out of that move to make room for Bob to take the corner seriously. Mango is coming into the pits, and now we have to take a look where he is gonna end. The most ideal thing is gonna be right behind Matt Travis, and I think that's gonna happen too, as Martin is a little bit too far back. Maybe he isn't. We're gonna have a quick look. Who is gonna come out on top? Is it gonna be Mango or is it gonna be Martin? It is gonna be Mango, but Mango has fresher tires, but he has his tire temperature is cooled down quite heavily, because you will have what is it called, Nadim. I think Nadim is not having a great race at the moment. I think he lost his car, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, his tires are cooled down, so that means he has to warm them up quite heavily at the moment. But he came back all the way from P16 to P4 at the moment, gaining 12 positions, so that's great to see. He is on soft tires, so he's going to be able to get a little bit closer to Matt Travis and Phantom, who are having a little battle for the podium. Well, obviously they are all on the podium, but it's going to be depending on what position they end up with, because everyone wants to win a race here in Bahrain, especially in this league, season 8. And yeah, Bahrain is a big decider usually, because we don't see many people crash. And if you're able to put in a great performance in Bahrain, that means you have a strong feeling in the season. And I think the winner of this race is going to have a great shot at the standings, well, the championship at the end of the race. Top Dog 5 tenths in front of Phantom. Phantom is gonna stick it down the inside. It's not gonna be enough as he backs out of the move. And Mango, let's have a look if he's gaining some time. 6.5 tenths coming out of that corner. 6.4, 6.3. And we have to do the calculations real quick. So he was 6.4, well, let's say 6.5 tenths after the start finish straight. We want to see how many time he is gaining in one lap, because he's still 6 laps to work with, and if he's gaining 1 second each lap, he is going to be close to Matt Travis to make the move work, as he has the fastest first sector at the moment. He is a little bit under pressure from Martin, but it's not going to be any threat because Martin has the hard tires, 1.8 seconds behind. And yeah, Mango is just on a flyer today. 5.7 tenths, and he is gaining more than 1 second each lap, because he's already 5.4 tenths behind Matt Travis, and he is gaining 1 second every half a lap. So that means he is putting up some great pressure, and I mean, I think he's racing with a controller too, so his hands must be a little bit, how do I say this, crampy, because the longer you race, the more stiff your hands get. But it doesn't seem to be affecting Mango at the moment. 4.8 seconds, and I think he's gonna gain 2 seconds each lap. But of course, these soft tires will die off quickly at the end of the race. So yeah, Mango 129.8, beating the fastest lap of Michael Schumacher in 2004, who had a 1.30.2, I think, in my opinion. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, Mango right now 129.2, and I think that almost beats the qualifying lap of Matt Travis, who had a 128.2. That's almost, well, that's 1 second difference, but of course, in a race you are way slower than in qualifying for many reasons. A yellow flag in sector 1, and that seems to be Cyber Yacht, who is not having the race of his life, crashing a couple of times, having a little incident with Matt Travis, who is underway for a move here on the Mercedes driver. He has a great run, he has DRS, and it is going to be this. It is not going to be this smooth. It is not going to be enough. He had a bad exit coming out of that corner, as Larcy just made a big statement. Mango gained 2 seconds in 1 lap, and that's absolutely amazing. We do have to keep in mind these guys are in a battle at the moment. They are running a few laps old hard tires, and Mango just pitted for soft tires, as I think Phantom got the little, what's it called, objective to keep Mango behind, because Mango is closing down so quickly. And if the overtake has been done here by Matt Travis, and the McLaren driver there is really being annoying, as Top Dog is touching the curb there on the outside. And in my opinion, from my experience, it is not really good to touch the curb there, as Top Dog has the DRS here. But I think Matt Travis will try and get away with it really quick. SSL Mango 2.3 seconds, as he won't have DRS here. SSL Mango 2 seconds behind. And are his tires already dying off? It doesn't seem like it. Top Dog has got a mental drain at the moment, because I mean, he has been overtaken by Matt Travis, under attack by Phantom at the moment, and he might be losing a position to Mango. And yeah, I mean, this is a great ender of the Bahrain Grand Prix, as it might be SSL Mango for the win here, as he started all the way back from P16, and it doesn't seem like anyone has a penalty yet, which is absolutely amazing. This league is full of experienced drivers, and this is, I mean, I think this is one of the most competitive grids I've ever seen. These guys are all so worthy to each other, and they're so close to each other, as we're seeing SSL Mango gaining on Phantom and Top Dog right now, and Matt Travis already made a gap of 1.1 seconds, so that means Top Dog doesn't have the DRS, which will give a great opportunity for Phantom to make the move here. Let's have a look who's gonna come out on top. It is a little bit of wheel banging, and that was almost a crash between Phantom and Top Dog, but it ended well as Phantom made the move work on Top Dog, and this is very unfortunate for Top Dog because he is gonna be the first driver to have SSL Mango to have a fight with, and this is not going to go great in my opinion, because I mean Top Dog is already a little bit furious that Phantom and Matt Travis overtook him, and now he's going to get overtaken by Mango as well. Mango is in DRS, as Larcy said in the chat, and is it going to be enough? I think it's going to be enough. He's going to have a great exit coming out of that corner, and he has the DRS, but so does Top Dog. And he might be able to make a move down the inside here. I think he's going for it. He is actually going for it. And Top Dog is not really defending quite heavily, as he knew the overtake was going to be made anyways. SSL Mango right now. Yeah, I mean, Top Dog, here's the thing. If he was going to defend a little bit more aggressively, he might have ended up in the barrier, and that means 0 points for him compared to 12 points he's getting right now. Mango 1 second right behind Phantom. And in my opinion, what Phantom has to do is slow down and keep up Mango as much as possible, as the drivers are still 3 laps to work with. Matt Travis has 0% battery, so does Phantom, and Mango has 6% of battery, so it's not going to be enough. He is having the DRS, and this is going to be a great story for SSL Mango, starting all the way back from the grid, even spinning out at the beginning of the race. He went from P16 to P8 quite easily. Then he spun out, unfortunately, and he worked his way all the way back up to P3 with a great strategy, starting on hard tires, going onto soft tires, which he is able to overtake quite some drivers at the moment. Is he gonna have a great run out of this corner? I do think he is, as he has to brake a little bit early, not having any contact with the driver in front of him. He is having the DRS. Phantom doesn't have the DRS, and is he going to be able to make the move down the outside? He is going to try and stick it down the inside, as that was quite dangerous. I'm not sure if that really was a clean overtake or if it was just a dirty defending from Phantom. But right now Mango is going to have a shot at Matt Travis. He still has 2 laps to work with, and he has to gain 2 seconds, and I don't think, in my opinion, it's gonna be enough, because here's the thing: his tires are 5-lap-old softs. Matt Travis is running 14-lap-old hards, and these soft tires are running off fast. Mango is an experienced driver, so he knows how to handle these soft tires, and is Phantom gonna stick it down the inside? It would be amazing for the Red Bull driver, but it's not going to be enough, as he is going to have another DRS opportunity here, as Mango is not gaining too much time anymore. Maybe in sector 2, where there is a lot of tens to grab. Let's have a look. 1.7 seconds, and it seems like Matt Travis is a little bit faster coming out of that section. And is it going to be enough? It doesn't seem like it, and I'm going to be realistic, guys. SSL Mango might... Ooh, he lost his car there, and now Phantom is gonna make a move down the inside. SSL Mango, ooh, this was quite close battling SSL Mango, who lost his car there. He's gonna drain his ERS at the moment, and there is gonna be another overtaking opportunity for Phantom, as the drivers were... Ooh, this is some close racing, guys. This is absolutely amazing to see. We don't want to see this tire thing, as SSL Mango made a move down the inside. Red Bull driver had to back out of it, as Phantom is doing an amazing job right now at holding back SSL Mango. Ooh, he is gonna have DRS if he has a great traction out of this corner. He's gonna have another battle with SSL Mango right now, and is it gonna be enough? Hello Shukriye, is it gonna be enough? He's going down the outside. SSL Mango is weaving a little bit. He might go a little bit too wide, as he is having DRS here out of this corner. He had a little bit of a traction loss, And Mango indeed lost the win here, as Matt Travis is on his last lap right now. 3 seconds. SSL Mango still is having a battle with Phantom, so it's not going to be sure if SSL Mango is going to get P2 or P3, as Top Dog is still up for a podium here. He has been a little bit out of the radar, under the radar, as we are saying. 5 tenths behind these two, as they're having a little bit of an aggressive battle, and it might be Top Dog who is going to run away with the victory, well, with the podium. And I'm saying your name because it is written like that on YouTube. So right now SSL Mango is going underway for that P2, but it's still gonna be a question who is gonna get P3, because Top Dog has been saving some ERS to use here in the last lap, but so has Phantom. 10% to work with, as it's not going to be enough for Phantom to get that P1. But if Top Dog is going to have a great exit coming out of this corner, he might be able to get the P3, and it's not going to be enough. So your race winner right now, Matt Travis, SSL Mango to follow, Phantom to follow, and Top Dog, who is a little bit unfortunate this race, but he has still driven an amazing race. Martin P5, Shumi P6, Nadim P7, Ayman Alonso is a little bit back, but he is going to come down in P8, as it is going to be Bob in P9, Jean in P10, and he is going to try and make a move with Bob. It's not going to be enough. He has the DRS, but I mean, he's not going to get any closer. Grimjaw P11, Zardi P12, and Zivan Legits P13. And I find this very amazing for the McLaren driver. He has been driving this race since the beginning. He has been lapped by almost every driver, but he has still got the guts to keep his car on track, and this is what I like about this league. So thank you very much everyone for listening. It's not going to be enough. We're going to talk a little bit more post-race, as we might think there's going to be an interview. I'm not quite sure. We have to take a quick look in the podium right now. Matt Travis, SSL Mango, and Phantom. Phantom scoring a lot of good points. He's been very consistent. We're going to talk a little bit more about the standings. Apparently Mango softs were 65%, so that's not really great to see. So yeah, Matt Travis is going to extend this lead. Phantom is also going to extend this lead a little bit on Grimjaw and Top Dog, as it is going to be SSL Mango coming into the top, what is it, top 10 during the actual standings, as this is going to be your race standings at the moment. I need to get this up really quick for the admin team so they are able to see who has finished the race. And when there are going to come penalties, we don't know that for sure if there's going to be any penalties. Mango with the fastest lap at 129.8, so amazing lap for him. And in my opinion, it's going to be driver of the day, Mango. It is not going to be a question. And yeah, I mean, congratulations to everyone who has finished the race. We're gonna get a little bit more talkings about the sponsor of today, Auto Magneto, as they are usually the sponsor of everyone. Well, every race of the whole season. Auto Magneto, wholesaler and retailer of auto parts in the whole region of Africa, as you can see on the right screen. If you need any auto parts and you see them in that list on the right side, make sure to order some, as the next track is going to be Coda. As we can see here on the screen, it is going to be Coda, so that's great to see. And let's talk a little bit more about the constructors. My apologies, I'm struggling a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about the constructors. And is it going to be enough for Red Bull to maintain the lead? I think it is. They just scored a P1 and P3. And who scored P2? It was SSL Mango. So there are going to be a few points for Williams up the board, as they're going to jump possibly Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri, and maybe even Ferrari. I don't think they're going to jump Ferrari, but they are definitely going to jump Alfa Romeo and Williams. So yeah, thank you very much everyone. I'm gonna have a look at this because we might have a little interview, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough for today. So yeah, let's talk a little bit sooner if there's not gonna be a an interview. So it'd be, and then we will be underway for the race tomorrow, but that will not be with me. As it doesn't seem like there's gonna be any interviews today, so I'm gonna end the stream with another summary of what happened today. We saw a lot of overtakes. We saw some close racing at the top five between Martin, Nadim, Phantom, Matt Travis, and Top Dog. And we saw SSL Mango coming back from P16 all the way to P2 with a crash in between. So I think if he didn't have that crash, he might have been able to get P1 today, but it was not going to be enough. Matt Travis took away that win, and that's going to be a little summary of what happened today. And I thank you very much for watching today. It was a pleasure, as we will be underway next week again for the Coda Grand Prix in the United States. And I thank you very much once again for watching. I hope you had an amazing day and an amazing evening with me as commentator Phoebe Thomas. And till next week.